Here's a hard truth about learning how to stop settling. And if you think you have never experienced it, I want you to look yourself in the mirror and try to tell yourself that without laughing. Because all of us, at some point in our time, in our life, we have settled. We have settled in relationships. We have settled in friendships. We have settled in what food we going to eat. We have settled in, oh, that shirt just going to work. We have settled in, oh, I'm going to take that route even though there's traffic. We have settled. We have settled in so many different ways. So don't pretend that you don't. And so I want you to know, as a woman of a certain age right now, I am thinking about one thing at 53 where I'm just tired of pretending. And that didn't even feel good saying out loud. Let me start there. It doesn't even sound good to say that I had been pretending, because I don't know at that time that I actually think I was pretending, or that I think I was just really learning how to get along to get along. Because at 53, I'm not interested in just because something is familiar to me that I'm just going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go for that. Yeah, no, I'm not thinking that at all. I'm actually asking myself some very different questions. I'm like, yo, does that even work for me? Does that actually work for me? Does this bring me peace, or is it disrupting my peace? Is it costing me my time? I mean, I saw somebody the other day, or I was listening to the other day, a conversation, and I thought to myself, I want to get away from this because I'm not even sure if they're going to have a resolution. And if you ever seen the movie Billy Madison, and he was trying to get his high school diploma, and he gave this answer, and the woman or the moderator, they said, and for that response, everyone in this room is that much dumber. I don't want to be in those spaces. I don't want to be in those spaces. So I'm asking, like, does this bring me peace, or am I just settling to be in this environment, and settling to be in this conversation, and settling to be in this relationship? I'm asking, does this actually align with the woman that I'm becoming? And I'm choosing this differently. Differently. I'm taking a moment. I'm considering. There is a difference between me being grateful and being satisfied with less than what I know that God said is mine to have. So let's just talk about it for a second. Let's just talk about it for a second. And for those that come back, leave me a comment. Let me know, what does settling actually look like for you? Is settling always obvious? Sometimes it's not bad. I know you ain't gonna get that. It's okay. Sometimes settling, it's not always something bad. Or is it? I'm just saying, staying because you're starting over feels exhausting. You're accepting inconsistencies because at least something is happening. Staying quiet because speaking up creates conflict. Shrinking your expectations because someone tells you they're unrealistic. Continue to live your life like you outgrew. You outgrew that life, but you don't want to make nobody feel inconvenient because you're showing up as a different version of you. Sorry. Settling can look like a lot. It could look like you being reasonable, but here's the question I'm asking myself, as I'm asking the woman that's watching right now. Am I actually content, or have I simply become accustomed to what I have? Take it in, sis. You're not by yourself. I'm paying my life forward right now. Those are not the same thing. Let me say it again. Am I actually content, or am I simply becoming accustomed to what I have? Familiarity Familiarity, what did they say? Familiarity breeds contentment. Familiarity can feel like peace when we've been in something long enough. But sometimes familiarity is simply just that. You are familiar with it. I know you don't like it. It's fine. I'm here for all of it. Just because I've gotten used to it doesn't mean it's good for me. Hello? We have spent many, 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 many years, and maybe I got some young folks that's coming back, but I'm talking to my sister that's a woman of a certain age. We have spent many years accommodating, many of us decades, decades of accommodating. We're adjusting, we're compromising, we carry responsibilities, we put other people's needs before us. Let's just talk about our children. And I love mine, and I'm sure you love yours too. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But when they become adults, I'm just saying, where are you at in it? Are you still waiting for you to live your life because you're still adulting your full grown adult children? We've learned how to make something out of nothing, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Oh yeah, you know what that is. And those skills, they served us. I want you to know, I'm not throwing nothing out because they have served us, but there comes a point in life that the ability to make something work can become the reason why we stay too long. And the hard truth, Here it is. The hard truth is we begin to settle. And just because you can tolerate something, it does not mean that you should. And just because you can survive, it doesn't mean you should build your life around it. And just because you've done something for years does not mean that you need to do it for the next 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 years. Because I got more years behind me than I do in front of me. And your capacity for endurance is not a requirement for you to keep enduring. Okay, 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 okay. No, go back and watch the video. Just because they all ripping and running, and you might even still have the strength to run like that, don't mean that you have to. So here's what's changing in my midlife awakening. Go back and watch the video. I start recognizing that my time is valuable. I become more aware of my energy. I know what drains me, and I know what fills my cup. Now I can come back and give a video on that one. I know what's filling my cup. And I know what's draining me. I know what is bringing me alive. I know what is making me laugh. I know what is helping me to live a life that I actually love. And listen, if you realize you don't have unlimited years to keep experimenting with things you already know don't fit, I got a question for you. You ready? Can I make this work? Is it worth my life? Is it worth my time? I want to encourage you, stop settling. Stop settling, woman who's listening and watching on the other side. Because when I say stop settling, what does that mean to you? Stop settling doesn't mean that you become entitled. Because see, I know some of us, we want to be pampered and we want to be catered to. And I do. Let's be clear, I do want that. But I'm not saying that I become entitled. This isn't about expecting perfection. People won't be perfect. They won't. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Life won't be perfect. And every relationship will require some kind of compromise. And every job will have its difficult days, which is why I'm telling you right now, don't go and try to say you had a bad day and you quit your job. Quit your job if you want to. Ask the right questions, take inventory, consider your patterns, because every season will have some kind of discomfort. And not settling means knowing the difference between healthy compromise and self abandonment. That's what I'm talking about. There it is. There it is. Let me say it again. Not settling means knowing the difference. Know the difference between healthy compromise and self abandonment, because some things I'm no longer willing to negotiate. I'm no longer willing to negotiate my peace, my integrity, my values, my relationship with God, my ability to be myself. I'm tired of striving and proving. My reciprocity. I give, I give, I give, and that's all I do. You don't give. My respect. I'm not compromising that. Emotional maturity. Baby, let me tell you about something. I need to be around people that are emotionally healthy. I said this the other day to a friend. I said, no harm, no disrespect, none of the things. I will love everybody. I will greet and be around folks. But the intimacy, honey, if you want to get close to me, I need you to be full grown. Full grown, having a life that actually feels like mine, the one God said that I can have from Genesis 1 and 2, John 10 and 10. He said that I can live the Zoe, and that's what I'm going to do. I need to be able to I need to be able to excel. And that right now, sis, that has been a very big shift for me. I don't need everyone to understand my choices. Not at 53. I don't. I don't need to prove that something was bad enough before I can choose differently. I don't need permission to acknowledge that something no longer works for me. Discontent doesn't always mean you're ungrateful. It's just you've got more information and you are making different decisions. Sometimes God is showing you that you've outgrown something, and it's okay. It is okay. And that's why on Monday night, I've been doing these lives at 7 o'clock where we've been talking through 4 R's. Remember, release, restore, and rise. Remember who you were before you started. Before you started accommodating for everybody else's expectation. Release the belief that you have to keep choosing something simply because you've already invested your years into it. Go back and watch some of the videos. Restore your standards. Restore the standards that God said in Genesis 1 and 2. You can live in the garden. You don't have to deal with compromise and guilt and shame and frustration and comparison. Come on, restore your standards, restore your voice, restore your curiosity about what your life actually looks like. What did God say? Rise into the next chapter without apologizing for wanting more. And it's not necessarily more stuff. You got to go back and watch some of these other videos because I've been building over time, talking through my 30 days of me discovering and getting back to the life that God said was mine. So I'm going to say it again. Rise into this next chapter without apologizing for wanting more. And that is not necessarily wanting more stuff, but you want more life, you want more peace, you want more purpose, and you want more alignment. So I'm going to ask you this question before I go. If you weren't afraid of starting over, what would stop settling look like for you? What would it look like? I want you to sit with that. If you were not afraid to start over, what would not settling look like for you? Would it be you would say no more? Would you finally admit what you really want? Would you even pick that thing back up and try again? What would change? What would you stop explaining? What would you actually make room for? Here it is, and I'm out of here. I'm out of You got to go back and watch some of the other videos. Here it is. I'm not trying to become a woman who gets everything she wants. I'm trying to become a woman who is honest enough to stop settling for a life that no longer fits who I am becoming. That's all I got for today. That's all I got for today. Come back tomorrow. Peace.